Hello, this is the project demo for Team 53 for Lasse and Zach Pinto. So first, we're going to start off with cloning the directory. We're already SSH'd in here. We could just clear just to show what's in here, just so we can see a little better. Unless we don't have the thing right here. So first, if we clone the directory, I'll put in my password, and now we've cloned it. So first thing we want to do is we have a config file with all of our environment variables and stuff, so that's all secure and not on the VM, on the GitHub repo. So if we cd into our project now, we'll see that it's here, and then we have the Android web and UDF directories. We can do git log first to show that fix readme we have 18 minutes ago. That's our most recent commit from Zach, and then we have all of our other stuff. So git status, there's nothing here. So first we want to cd into web. We just here. So now we're in web, cd app. So this is our React application that we built, so we need to build all of the stuff for it before we deploy the app. So we have npm install right here, and this will take a second. And all this stuff is in the README, of course, for our project demo. This takes a moment to install for everything. So that installed everything. So now we can build it with a config variable that we have with HTTPS. And then we run the build script, and this also takes a moment, so this compiles everything into just a single JavaScript file. This also takes a moment for everything to run through. Okay, so there we go. So now we have a node script that just moves everything into the web directory. So now we can go through the build process of building our WAR file. So first, we're going to show that we do not have a WAR file right here in the web apps folder. So we can run maven package, and then this will package everything into the WAR file after we've compiled our React app. Okay, so that's a successful build. Then we have we have to move the WAR file into the web apps directory, and then we can just do another test, and we have the WAR file right here. You can see unnamed.war. So if we start Tomcat, we start our server now, and here's our web application manager, and we have unnamed. This might be a little hard to see, but there we have the unnamed project. So here's our application, launched on the AWS instance with HTTPS. So we can go and log in. I have the login cached, so I'm just going to log out really quickly with our test email, a.email.com, and A2 is the password. Say you're not a robot for our CAPTCHA, and that will log you into the application. We have all of our normal stuff. I might zoom out a little bit so it's easier to see the whole app with everything. So I'm going to pull up the requirements for showing the web browser. So first, let's quickly just go and inspect element and have our console right here with everything, so we can kind of see that the objects are being posted for all of the songs, and then we have like content type changed and just some helper things. So this is the main page or songs page where we have all the fuzzy search implementations done. And so first things, we have the autocomplete. So we're gonna test with our autocomplete. So hello, we see that it goes after we do the after we stop typing a little bit. So we can do like hello Seattle, for instance. So that is clicking with the mouse arrow, and we can just go back to the songs with an easy page, and then we can do hello Seattle again, and just do the up and down arrow where the mouse is not moving to go through. And just to click a different result, we can do this, and we click enter, and then that does the autocomplete as well, and redirects everything. And earlier we showed that like when I just typed HE, it didn't do the autocomplete because it didn't have enough characters. So we did the mouse already, so now we have our fuzzy search and stuff. We're gonna continue doing hello Seattle, because that's a good result. So we have, we can look at the queries right here, and then it says like server initialized with the different items, and these are the query results and stuff. We can see that it's caching the values right here for the different ones. So if we go backspace -2 letters, it does the autocomplete items cache, so it doesn't actually make the API request for when we're just going and backspacing and everything. So we have caching, we have different clicking, entering and stuff like that. That's all working, which is fine and dandy. Some other fuzzy search stuff that we have. So we can misspell Seattle, and it still returns right here. So we have like another letter, and I believe also if we type the autocomplete password, it's saying like autocomplete item server right here. And just in case you couldn't see that, I'm gonna zoom in really quick and go back. So we autocomplete server, and then here we have like autocomplete cache and stuff. And we saw that when we swap the words, it still does this with all that information. So yeah, so that's fuzzy search. That's all of the different autocomplete suggestions for the front end of our application. So thank you for watching, and let's move over to the portion where we have our Android app. So going back to the terminal, this is my local instance right here. So we're on the master directory. We have git status and then git log, just to show that we are still on the fix readme branch with no other changes. So if we go to, I'm going to pull in the directory for our Android app right here, and then here I'm going to pull in the emulator. Right now it has the app on it, but I'm going to load a new APK on it. So we'll move this, try to move this window over, so that way we can see everything. And then just to like ensure that like we're doing on the right directory, we just go to terminal, and it's the same thing. We're on the fix readme branch, which is the most updated with no other changes made. So we can hide that. And then here, let's just go into our application. And then it loads into the synthesizer. It also builds the APK. So if we go through and, whoops, not super familiar with Android. So if we go to app info, right here we can uninstall the app, just to show that we are using the most updated one with everything. So we'll reload the application again. We see it pop in. Hopefully that's okay. We also will have the APK results and stuff like that, so we can do it. So same thing, a@email.com. And we go down, and then we have A2 is the password, and then we have our login button right here. So the login button works with logging into the track titles, and we have a similar theme. Another thing is if we have like an incorrect password right here and we log in and we hide the keyboard, it'll say invalid credentials. So you can't actually access the application if you have invalid credentials. So A2, we can just go and log in. So here we have the same thing. This is connected to AWS, as you'll see in the URLs for this branch. So now we can go and we can do hello, and then here some of the similar results. It shows 20 results per page for everything. In terms of content that it shows, we have the popularity and track number on the album that it's on. Lionel Richie, Can't Slow Down, and then the song name is Hello. So we have tons of things here. We even have like the Hello Seattle stuff. We can go to the next page right here, and it looks like we've run out of Hello search results. So if we also do like Seattle Hello, the fuzzy search should work because that's all done on the back end as well. So here we have the different results, and this is spelled backwards. So same functionality that I showed earlier. And then let's just test going a bunch of pages back and forth. If we search with nothing, here's just going to be searched by like popularity and stuff, and you see like it's the same pattern, like Juice and things are the first ones that showed right there. So we can just go plenty of pages, and we have like 25,000 songs on this. Okay, so I think that about covers it in terms of the Android app. Just to check, we have fuzzy search, we did the search bar, navigate to the second page. So if you want to click on one, you just click on it and it goes to the single page where it has information. So we have the ID, the name, the album name and artist name, and then we have a bunch of metrics. We don't have like genres and whatnot. This is all Spotify metrics. So for this song, we have all of the information for the dance results. These are all the Spotify made it for tracks and stuff, and that's kind of what we used for information. That's discussed in the README for what information is translated on, but we have all of the same stuff. So I believe that covers it for everything. Everything's launched on AWS properly, has all the requirements and stuff like that, with fuzzy search as the extra credit. So I think that about covers it. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.